Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to another video. This time I thought I'd do a rundown of 30 of my favourite 1970s UK #1 hit singles. Now the only rules in this are that I can only include one song per artist and I have to have the song on 7-inch single. Now that means there's some songs that are definitely in my top 30. For example, Simon Garfunkel's Bridge Over Troubled Water would definitely be up there, but I don't have the single of that. So I've looked through my singles and I've picked out 30 and I've ranked them. This is quite similar to a video I did last year where I showed some of my favourite 70s singles, so there will be some that I've shown in that'll be shown in this, but they weren't ranked. So we'll start off at number 30 and from a #1 from 1976, and it's Elton John and Kiki D, Don't Go Breaking My Heart. Great song, wasn't on any album. I think this must have been recorded around the time of the Blue Moves, because I think this was his first single for Rocket. But yeah, I think this got to #1 in America as well. At number 29, Guilty Pleasure, but I think it's great, and it's the Manhattan Transfer, Chanson d'amour. Beautiful, beautiful song. It really is good, and this got to #1 in 1977. At number 28, and it's Chicago, and it's If You Leave Me Now. Now I know a lot of people show early Chicago albums on the VC. This is all I have, plus one other single from the 80s of Chicago, but I absolutely love this. It is slushy, but it's a beautiful, beautiful song. At 27, I'm giving it to Blondie's Sunday Girl, a #1 hit in 1979. Brilliant song. Maybe overplayed it a little bit. It would normally be a little bit higher, but it's still a great song whenever you hear it. And a #1 in 1970 comes in at number 26, and it is Norman Greenbaum's Spirit in the Sky. Now this was a #1 in the 80s as well for Doctor and the Medics, and then it was #1 I think in the early 2000s for the Kumars and Garth Gates, so 3 different #1s, but my favourite is actually the Doctor and the Medics version, but I love this version as well. At 25, and #1, another #1 from 1970, and it is Mungo Jerry's In the Summertime, and this is really great song. #1 July 1970. I know that. I don't know why I know that, but I do know that. Brilliant song. Wasn't on the first album, but it did feature on the US version of the first album. It actually featured on their second album over here. At number 24, and a #1 in 1978, and it seemed as if it was there forever, but you can't deny it. It's just brilliant, and it's John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. You're the One I Want from Greece. Brilliant, brilliant song. I do like Summer Nights as well, but I don't have it. But yeah, #1 1978. And in 1976, Tina Charles got to #1 with the disco I Love to Love. Brilliant, brilliant song. And this is my number 23. Again, love it to bits. Another disco one comes in at number 22, and it's Euro Disco. From 1977, and it's Baccarat, Yes Sir, I Can Boogie. I promise the ones in the top 20 will be a little bit more critically acclaimed, but yeah, absolutely adore this as well. And I do actually have 3 of these girls' LPs, and they're pretty damn good. So Baccarat at 22. At 21, and it's the last #1 of the 70s here, and it's Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall. Yeah, brilliant, brilliant song, brilliant video, brilliant album, and that comes in at 21. At number 20, and a girl I showed, I did the singles of her a couple of months ago, and it's Susie Quattro, and it's Can the Can. This is her first #1 hit. It's her first hit, her second single, and it got the whole way to #1, so that's number 20. And at 19, 1973 as well, Susie was 73, is The Sweet with Blockbuster, Chin and Chapman song. Very similar to the Jean Genie, and funny enough, this was #1 when the Jean Genie was #2, and they're exactly the same riff. So Blockbuster comes in at number 19 for me. and it's from 73. Number 18 and from 1979, and it's the Buggles video Killed the Radio Star, which magnificent song. I must get that Buggles album. Is it The Age of Plastic? Never heard it, but if there's anything like this single, it must be well worth getting, because this is fantastic. And at number 17 and number 1 in 1974, and yeah, it's Mud and it's Tiger Feet, and this is just great fun. I love this, absolutely love this. This is like a rock and roll revivalist song, although a lot of people think it's glam. It's not, but brilliant, brilliant song, and the best selling single from 74 as well. At number 16 and number 1 in 1975, and it's Status Quo, Down Down, and this one is one of the best headbanging songs you could get. It's absolutely fantastic, love it a bits. And number 15 from 78, and I've shown this recently as well, is the Boomtown Rats Rat Trap. Fantastic new wave song, a bit of a Springsteen influence, but really, really brilliant. And this took over the number 1 position from John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John, Summer Nights. At number 14 from 71, and beautiful, beautiful ballad from Diana Ross, and it's I'm Still Waiting. Absolutely love it, beautiful song. And at number 13 from 1973, and this went straight in at number 1, and this is Slade's Come On Feel the Noise. Now, the people in America probably know this better when Quiet Riot did it, I think in 1983, and Oasis also covered it in 1996. Absolutely brilliant glam classic. Also from 1973, and coming in at number 12, is Wizards' See My Baby Jive, and it's almost like a Phil Spector production. Everything is thrown into this song. It's absolutely magnificent. So it didn't feature on their album either. So Wizards' See My Baby Jive comes in at number 12. At number 11, 1976, and I'm giving it to ABBA's Fernando. You know, ABBA have had so many number 1s, and I'm only allowed to pick one. And this is probably my favourite. You know, absolutely love this. This is their 1, 2, 3rd number 1 hit, but this is when they really, really went mega successful. So ABBA at number 11 from 1976. At number 10, and I'm going to give it to The Police, Message in a Bottle, 1979. Brilliant single from Regatta de Blanc. The next single as well, Walking on the Moon, got to number 1, and it's nearly as good. Absolutely brilliant song, brilliant album. At number 9 from 1977, and it's the disco classic, it's Donna Summer's I Feel Love. This just doesn't date. I've said before in previous videos that there's been many remixes of this. All the remixes have dated. This one, the original, has never dated. Brilliant song. At number 8 from 1975, and I'm going to give it to David Bowie's Space Oddity. Originally a single in 69, and it got top 10. The reissue got to number 1 in 75 with Changes and Velvet Goldmine on the B-side. At number 7 from 1971, it was a single, didn't get to number 1 until 71, and it's George Harrison's My Sweet Lord. I think this may have actually been released in 1970 and then climbed the charts, I'm not sure, but it was 71 before it hit the number 1 position. His best single and his best B-side, and the B-side's his best ever song, a solo song anyway, What Is Life. So George Harrison, number 7. At number 6, and I'm going to give it to Rod Stewart and Maggie May, and this is magnificent. This is originally the B-side of Reason to Believe, and then the DJs flipped it, and that became a huge, huge hit. This is my most well-known song. Absolutely love it, and that's number 6. At number 5, and it's T-Rex, and it's Hot Love, their first number 1 hit single. Wasn't on any album either, and this stayed at number 1 for about 6 weeks. And this was the one that really started glam rock. He performed this on Top of the Pops, and the makeup assistant put a little glitter teardrop under his eye. Glam rock was born. So T-Rex, number 5. Well, so they say. At number 4 from 1975, and I'm giving it to Steve Hurley and Cockney Rebel, Make Me Smile. Absolutely perfect pop song. Love the acoustic guitar in it, love the ooh la las in it. It's just brilliant song, and that comes in at number 4. At number 3, and the best selling single of all time that's not a charity single, and it's Mull of Kintyre by Wings, and I love the bagpipes in this. I just love this song. It's such a fantastic song, and this gets my number 3. Number 2, and I think this actually has sold more, but on the re-release it was for charity as well, and it's Bohemian Rhapsody, and this was number 1 for 9 weeks in 75. Well, everybody knows about this, and I'm not fed up with this. I don't overplay it. I very rarely play it, but whenever I do play it, I love it. My number 1 and the best selling single of the 70s, and I think the best selling single of all time, and you know what it is Kate Bush, Wuthering Heights. I've never heard anything like this before in my life. It's absolutely magnificent. So that's my rundown of my top 30 number 1 hit singles from the 70s that I actually have. And in my next video I'm going to take a look at some of the number 1 hits in the US that weren't number 1 hits over here that I have in my collection as well. That's quite interesting. I just didn't know much about the US charts until I had a look, and I thought, oh my god, I got to number 1. No, didn't realise it. So that'll be the next video. So that's me for now, and I hope to get this next video up pretty soon. All the best now. Bye bye.